All right, YouTube. So we're back, and it's been a tough one for me last week, to be honest. I just finished training here. We're back in Vegas, and I had a crazy travel schedule a little bit. And on the way home from California, I had a meeting out there. I was out there for the Young LA event, and then I went out for a meeting the next week, and I got to train at Gold's Venice, and I'm going to put a couple of those clips actually, I think, in this video, but. I got to train. Angie and I trained together, which was really cool, and I got to spend a couple of days and relax, although I'm always working, as you guys know. But I stepped out of Vegas for a minute. Normally I'm just on the road traveling all over the place right now, but I wanted to stay home, and we drove, okay? We drove to California. I posted up, I got my new Suburban, which is my diesel Suburban, which shout out to AV Chevy. You guys took great care of me. I get like 30 miles a gallon to that thing, although diesel is super expensive right now. I always talk about my favorite vehicles, and everyone always knows I'm a supercar guy. I have a lot of different vehicles, but to be honest, comfort and reliability and efficiency is always something. I mean, I obviously own a Tesla too, but I really enjoy. I bought a Suburban a few years ago, and I wanted to get another one, and I heard so much about the efficiency in a diesel motor, but because of the pandemic, we couldn't get the diesel. It was not being manufactured. So I waited like 2.5 years, and it finally came through. So I want to shout out to my guys out there at AV that got the vehicle for me. Justin, David, you guys are great. And of course, on the way back, I want to talk about that. I actually stopped, and I'm not going to lie, I stopped at In-N-Out Burger, my favorite place to eat. And you know what? I haven't been eating really poorly since the Fit for 50, which I'm going to talk about a little bit in this video, but I got a burger. I got home to Vegas, and by the time I got home, I had to run to the toilet, okay? And you guys know what that means. Started to feel like a little under the weather. My stomach just didn't feel right. I had plans to go to the gym that day. I laid down, and I didn't get up, and in the middle of the night, I started throwing up, and that was the end of it. I had crazy food poisoning. So you can imagine my thought process, right? It's my favorite cheat meal ever. I always talk about my In-N-Out, my, triple singles, triple patties, one slice of cheese, no salt, my well-done fries. I actually had a double patty with one slice of cheese. I had 2 of those, and it was really busy at the time, and I'm wondering if maybe I ate something undercooked, but needless to say, ended up with food poisoning. Been a long time since that happened to me. And I was throwing up extremely bad. We actually got in the car to go to the hospital in the middle of the night because it was just so bad. But I said, you know what, I think I'm okay. And fortunately, I made it through the rest of the night. And, of course, I'm better now. But I've had a little setback with the training where I didn't train for a couple of days. And then I did train for 2 days. And it seemed like every time I was good, I got up and did my cardio in the morning. I got back to eating normal. Then all of a sudden, I would train and my stomach would be upset. So I actually put a thing out on Facebook, and I was like, hey, what are your suggestions for food poisoning? Of course, I got a ton of different comments and suggestions. But honestly, I just had to let my body kind of go through the process. And now, I've been back training now, and, I'm feeling strong. But during that time, okay, this is the first time I've able to take a step back for the Fit for 50. And I said, hey, it's going to keep going in a sense, like I'm still doing the cardio. But I'll be honest, the diet hasn't been 100% because I was traveling and I didn't pack my meals with me. Shame on me, right? I always say, you guys have to eat your 5 or 6 meals. And listen, I'm victim of what I do too, is I find myself busy. I don't end up packing the food. And of course, getting sick, it really didn't help. But I started to second guess a lot of things. And this is something that all of us go through, right? I just went through this whole crazy challenge for myself as I turned 50, and I got a ton of motivation. I want to thank YouTube because you guys were a huge part of that. But I had so many people reach out to me, and it wasn't just the Fit for 50, it was the Fit for, right? So it was a Fit for whether they're 60 or 30 or 20 or, they were in the challenge because they saw that I was doing that and they followed some sort of structure. I did 12 weeks. But I thought, maybe, you know what, maybe I'm going to change things, and maybe I'm not going to train as much, and maybe I'm just going to focus on cardio. And, I always said, like, is this going to be my last hurrah, the Fit for 50? Is that going to be like the last time I get in my best shape and keep building the muscle like I'm doing, or I'm going to switch and start doing different things? I mean, that's something we all go through. I second guess I've been weight training for so long, and sometimes you do get bored of what you do, no matter what the success is, right? Because now, my ego doesn't tell me I want to necessarily be bigger or stronger. I'm not planning on being fast, honestly. I mean, I'm not getting into more athletics at my age. I did want to take up golf. I did, show a little bit of that. Of course, I wasn't spectacular out of the gate, and it's something with practice makes perfect. So I've kind of fallen away from that a little bit. And I still love the weight training, but like, is this something I'm going to keep doing? That's the question. I'm still kind of up in the air where I really would like to not train 6-7 days a week. I really want to cut back, but how is my mental state going to be? Because as many of you know, I talk to you a lot on social media and through this channel, Jaywalk and whatever else. My mental state is important. That's really how I do the therapy with the weight training. And I've been doing this for so long, it comes easy to me, obviously, because it's just routine. But do I step out of the routine? Do I start changing it up? That's the question I ask myself every day. And I wonder if a lot of you do that also. And I know some of you choose to step away and they say they fall in and out. But how do you find that balance where you say, you know what, I'm going to limit myself maybe to 3 days a week, and I'm going to find other activities at a certain age where, this is what I did as a career. And maybe it's going to save my body. Maybe, my joints can only take the weight training so much. Eventually do the shoulder joints get achy or the knee joints? I feel 100% right now. But the question is where is the next step for me? What is the next goal? And I think that's really what this whole YouTube video is about, is I need goals. I need certain things I shoot for. And obviously I'm not getting back on stage. I did the big transformation. I have different, thoughts or processes learning through the age now. It's different from 20 years ago, from 10 years ago. I always said, I wanted to get my best shape in the last 10 years because I retired at 40. So for me, I'm questioning what my next step is. And I would love to hear some of you guys maybe have some suggestions for me that have gone through this, that sit and watch this video. I appreciate you guys that watch to the end because, I'm talking to you from the heart here. And, I think a lot of us go through these processes wondering, okay, do I want to plant myself in the gym 6-7 days a week, or do I limit to 4 days, 3 days? Can I train the whole body over that? I mean, I tend to train every body part still. I even did forearms the other day because I still want to have certain muscle definition. But the truth is, it probably would not take a lot because of my muscle density and maturity and what I did for a living to maintain the physique I have now. I bet my Fit for 50 could have been done with a lot less training, but I tend to, be an extremist when it comes to training and pushing myself to the next level. And I think, I need another challenge. And I think that, I appreciate all the support you guys give me, and I would love suggestions. I'm just being honest and open about this. And, I wonder how some of you people feel that watch the YouTube channels and say, I'm motivated by you, Jay, and what you did. And what's your goals? What do you guys like? What keeps you motivated? How many days a week do you train? What goes through your mind sometimes when, you spend, I was spending 3 hours a day working out for the Fit for 50. I mean, I used to spend 4 or 5 hours a day when I was training, plus the food prep. And, when is enough is the question. So that's kind of the question I want to get out there. And I just want to let you guys know how I was feeling. But I am feeling good after coming back. I'll be honest. I mean, a couple of days it was a little iffy coming back after the food poisoning, but I think I'm back. I'm training here in Vegas, and I don't have any travel until October 7th. I'll be in Placerville, California. So if you guys want to come to a free event, you live near Placerville, California, Max Muscle, I'll be there. I'll be out in Massachusetts for the Jay Cutler event, which is the New England Bodybuilding Championships. That's happening October 28th in Lynn, Massachusetts. All this is all available on my Linktree. And, you guys know, you see me on social media every day. If you're not following all the different channels, make sure you follow my Instagram, the Snapchat, of course, Facebook, and you're here on YouTube. So we are still crushing it. We have probably another jaywalking coming next, and we'll get a workout video in there too. And, until then, we're going to keep training hard, and, let's see what I decide to do in the next week or two. You guys are going to see it. You guys will be front row to see where I decide how many days a week, and I will be announcing it here first on YouTube. So shout out to everyone out there. Thanks for following along, and we'll see you guys at the next video here on JTV. Love you guys.
No mercy for you, no worries for you. That Game of Thrones, go Cersei on you.
All right, so we're in the Mecca of bodybuilding, guys. So this is our second session here. Angie's on a mission right now. I was just showing her this piece to build your forearms. She says she doesn't need any bigger arms. You don't need bigger arms, right?
Not forearms.
Huh?
Not forearms.
All right, let's go. Back day. So this is so we're doing seated cable rows. So I've done pull downs, one arm dumbbell rows, and now seated cables. She's killing it. Always a better pump at the Mecca. Look at all the things on the wall, my finger in the camera. How many am I going to get? 10?
I think 12.
I'm going to do a reverse grip on this, okay? So I'm going to spin it. I can't do a full reverse. Still one of my favorite exercises, to be honest. I love these.
Why?
Stretch the lats, hamstrings, glutes.